folks, welcome back. I want to talk a little bit about bass guitar bridges today. Just kind of an intro as to what they are, what they do, and how they can sometimes be problematic. This one in particular is on the monstrosity known as the Thompson Splendor Series P-Bass. It's just a cheap knockoff out of Japan. The guys actually apologized and tried to talk me out of buying this guitar. It was 2,000 yen. It was about 20 bucks, and he kept telling me it's broken. Yeah, which means no. But I bought it because I wanted it as an example of what we don't do. That would be my phone, if you could stand by. Hello? Hey, how are you? All right, well, it's an hour and a half out of my life. Very simple bridge here on the Thompson Splendor Series monstrosity. A very simple stamped base plate screwed to the bridge, and then you have these individual little saddles here. When I string it up, if I'm playing it in E standard, I'm gonna pull on the top string here, get a nice E, and I'm tuned to A440, and then I'm fret it here at the 12th fret, and it should be an E as well. If it's sharp or flat, my string is too long or too short, and I can easily fix that with this. Here's one little screw here, and that moves this saddle back and forth. The procedure I use, so I'd find out whether it needs to be sharpened or flattened, take the tension off, make my adjustment, restring it back to pitch, check it again, see if it's done. I am going to tune this in the playing position because there are changes in the physics when you go from here to here, but we're doing illustrative purposes here. I do it, I take the string tension off of there because you can break stuff, you can scratch stuff, and they get enough wear and tear as it is. You can also adjust the height of the strings using these little set screws, because your fingerboard's curved, it's not flat, it has a radius to it, and your bridge should have a radius to it as well. Let's take a look at another one. Same kind of idea here, just modified a little bit, and then we'll get to the whole reason I'm doing this today. Okay, this is a Yamaha Motion MB3 bass, a little short scale bass, but you'll see here the principles are the same. There's a much beefier plate here. But you still have adjustment done by a screw for your intonation. String height is done by these individual little saddles. This plate has these little grooves so that your strings, I guess, don't go sliding around. I don't know. But it has little grooves for the screws to sit down in. Again, same principle, just done a little better. Costs more to manufacture than that other piece does. Now let's look at the thing that I'm looking at and what I don't get it. Hold on. All right, now for the meat of the meal, as it were. This is why we're here. This is a PEAVEY CIRRUS. This is a BXP 5. Made in Indonesia. This looks different, don't it? It's a different pile of poop here. these are individual saddles. So if you want a 4-string, then you put 4 of these on. If you want a 5-string, you put another one on. Since they are individual units, if you want to change your string spacing, you can do that. You can spread them out a little further, you can pull them in a little tighter if you want to. This has the option of going through the body. You string it from the back side here, and then the strings are in the termination point is the inside of the body. I always like that. Here's my gripe. How in the heck do you change the intonation on this? I think I'm supposed to pull my string off, and it looks like there's a set screw there that I would back out and then manually move back and forth. I don't know, because I've checked this, and when I'm tuned, 3 out of 5 I'm sharp. So I need to adjust that, and it just seems kind of odd to me. All the good thinking that has gone into this, and now I've got to loosen it up and then move it by hand. No way to just give it a little twist, a little turn, to make it go a little sharper, a little flat. So you're gonna see me pull this apart here in just a second and go through it and see if indeed that's what we have to do. Because I don't know. I've looked through all the manuals that I can find online. All the PEAVEY manuals I've been able to find at the PEAVEY site talk about adjusting your intonation with a screw. They're looking at a different bridge than this. And I can't find one. If you know of one in existence, I would appreciate you sending me a link to that. But I spent quite a big chunk of time the other day looking for that info. I can't find it, so now we're going to do just what we do, which is we're going to tear stuff apart and see if we can't figure it out. So stand by for a little bit of disassembly. All right, let's look at this. Now, again, for illustration purposes only, because it's easier to videotape it like this than it is for me to do it like this. Okay, I'm going to work on this G string, and if we'll look at this tuner here, try to get it just dead nuts on G. Okay. Now, watch this. See how sharp we are? There's my open string. Just actually still just a tiny bit flat. There we go. And then at the 12th, and I go sharp. My string is too short because the 12th fret here is my halfway point. So if my string length is correct, then at the 12th fret I should also get an in tune G, which I don't. I'm sharp, so I have to lengthen my string. So here's again the deal with this bridge. I have to take tension off of this string because first of all, there appears to be an Allen screw down in there, but I can almost get to it on the G string. When I get down here, there's no way. I just can't do it. So I'm going to release the string tension anyways, because that's the way that I've always done it. I'm going to release the string tension, You got to figure out a way. Maybe I'm going to use just a felt tip marker and mark where it is, and then take the tension off, release the screw, push it back a little bit, reset the screw, get retuned again, and then see if that adjustment has us where we need to be. It's a little cumbersome, but that's just coming from the stop pieces that we saw, the tail pieces that we saw earlier. Much easier to deal with. This is an ass pain. Anyways, marker. Yep, all the good stuff over here. This pulls out. It looks like this is a set screw to hold this in, which was obviously not engaged. Let's clean some goo out while we're at it. Good stuff. It's always over there. Unless you want beer. Beer's in the amp. Now, as I pull this out, there is a you see how it's canted? Right there. I don't know if that was intentional or not. Since the set screw wasn't engaged, I'm not sure if that was intentional or not. If they're attempting to replicate the curve, I don't know why. Unless you're trying to adjust string spacing, maybe. Maybe that's it. I don't know. We'll see. We'll put that there. We'll back this out. And then, is this even the right size to fit into here? Oh, I guess it was. Now, I'm putting it a skosh, maybe not even a skosh, maybe a smidgen. Saddle back in, set screw now engaged. You know, they make these nifty string winders, and I own one. Just too lazy to get up and get it right now. So it's right behind me. In fact, you can see it. It's right there. Right there. It's closer, but it ain't there. So now we go back, tension off, string away. Come on. Now we're not moving. Do I have to undo this? That doesn't make any sense. Well, I guess it does make sense. See? Did you see what just happened there? I pushed that a little bit and it went whoop. Not a fan. Love the bass. Don't like this style. And then when I put the tension back on this screw, it tends to creep back on me. Again, not liking that. Yeah, ass pain. All right, 5 tries. And then when I put it in the playing position, it dropped. So then I had to tune up and to adjust again. Now let's see, can we see? That is where the end of my saddle started, and then this is where it ended up. So that ain't a lot. So we're talking (11/64 of an inch). Tiny bit. So yeah, I don't get it. It's a pain, but you know, it is what it is. It's, other than that, I love it. Love the bass. It's a great bass, but this is poop. I don't like that at all. So now I just have 4 more strings to go through to try to get that in, and then we'll be good to go. Again, illustrative purposes only am I laying this down. pretty close. Now, let's see if I can capture this. Can we still see this? See? I've dropped 10 cents. Up to the note. See, isn't that nice and awkward? That's why I do it flat, to show you, and then lay it down to, and then pick it up, because it changes. On this one, it drops anywhere from 10 to 15 cents on the scale from here to up into the playing position. That's why you do your final adjustments in the playing position. So that's my rant about these things. I imagine for construction and for just modularity, I guess they're great, but setting them up, yeah. So anyways, hey, so anyways, have a great weekend. I'm going to the land of big trees and big rocks and big valleys and stuff for a week. So I'll see you at the end of April.